So it's another not sunny day here in non-sunny Los Angeles, California, and I'm in a field, wearing a field jacket, doing a field test, because this is the field test of the Filson field jacket, which I've had for about a year. And I want to show you guys how cool and special this jacket actually is, the different features about it, and seeing if it's the right jacket for you, if you needed to buy it for whatever reason, in the field. So my name's Ethan, and this is another episode of More Cool Shit, Less Bullshit. Let's dive on in. So I think the best place to start at with a jacket like this is all the features, because there are a lot of features on this jacket and mainly a lot of pockets, very specifically. So on the front, you have these two giant dump pockets that you can put basically anything you want to in it. For example, they're big enough to accommodate this Yeti water bottle, which is silly, but you can do that. You can walk around like this, and it actually does feel not too terrible. I mean, I guess if I zip this up, I would feel like an idiot, but if you needed to, you can carry a Yeti water bottle in your pocket for whatever reason. Now, these pockets do have an interesting feature on them because they are also divided. So there's a divided cloth right here in the center that actually keeps it and separates the front pocket from the back pocket. So there's technically two pockets in there, and there's two pockets in here because it's a mirror of the same thing. So basically you have four front pockets right there. And the other thing that's kind of funny about his pockets is they're very reminiscent of this Filson Journeyman backpack, because it's basically the same idea. Almost everything about them is pretty similar except for the size. Obviously the jacket one's a little bit smaller. But just like the backpack, you also have a finger loop that you can actually put your finger through where the button snap goes to. So you could snap it in place like that if you want to. Which makes it pretty cool because I love the Journeyman, and this is basically a backpack on your body, which the Journeyman is one of my favorite backpacks, so it's kind of funny that my favorite jacket would also be a backpack, I guess, in some cases. So moving on to the next pockets you have, because there's more pockets, like I said, you have these two up your upper chest hand warmer pockets. They're actually wool lined. So you can see here, all the way through it's wool lining, just like the collar up here. That would keep you warm on a winter's day. So if you forget your gloves, this will definitely do in a pinch, because I've worn them like this and I've had no issues with it. And then you also have a back pocket back here, which you pull the zippers up. This is typically, I guess, used for a game pouch or maps or scarves or whatever you want to put in there. But the pocket does go all the way through like that, as you can see there. Hello. And you can zip it up, you can pull one side, do whatever you want with it, however you want to use it. That's a great pocket for, like I said, maps, scarves, beanie, gloves, any sort of soft material. I tried to put a tripod in there one time. It's kind of uncomfortable because it does keep the jacket like this once you zip it up, so it doesn't feel great on your butt. But focus on the soft stuff. It will definitely do in a pinch. Then you also have an internal pocket in the chest area over here, which I'm wearing a liner right now. So this is another cool feature of this jacket too, is it's technically unlined. So you can buy a separate liner if you want to for the colder months like February and the winter. I don't know why I said February specifically. I guess February is about to happen, so that's probably why I said it. But the colder months like fall and winter, stuff like that. So I have the Filson wool liner in there right now. It has a nylon zipper is what that uses, instead of this big brass, chunky brass one, which I'm guessing the reason why is because you don't want this scraping on your actual internal clothes or anything like that, because it's harsher, a lot more bite to it because the teeth are bigger. But you do have this tiny little brass zipper, very delicate, YKK zip, like everything on this jacket is all YKK zips, high quality stuff. And you put your hand down in the pocket quite easily. I personally will use this pocket for when I go to Italy next month, February. That's probably why I said February in the first place. Because I want to keep my cell phone in there, keep away from all the gypsies who have sticky fingers. So the cool thing about that is if I keep the liner in there, I can also have a added security protection of that, because it's not too hard to unzip it, because like I said, it's a nylon zip, so no one knows there's a pocket here unless I want them to know there's a pocket there. But the other feature of this as well is, just in case it gets cold or you need to cinch down your jacket more from the wind or anything like that, you have a cinch here for your waist right there. And you also have a cinch down here at the bottom. So technically, on both sides, you can cinch it down and get it to your right fit, so you're always perfectly protected from the wind. So that's a pretty cool feature on this jacket specifically. I'm going to zip the liner back into this because right now it's just dangling around. The other cool thing is that the zipper, the main zipper, is a chunky brass YKK zip. So you have a dual zip on this. There's a bottom zip, which is a little bit smaller. So you can pull this up, so that way if you need to sit down or anything like that, you can just sit down pretty easily without being restricted by the jacket. And then you can zip it all the way up to the top if you want to. But you have these buttons for the storm flap that you can button all the way up as well. It does have a throat latch, but overall this is a great jacket. I like it a lot. It's got a lot of heft to it because it's, like I said, made from pretty heavy Filson tin cloth. And you have storm cuffs on here that you can actually snap in and out of to kind of get a little bit tighter in there. And you also have a snap right here to also tighten the outer cuff as well. So right now is actually the perfect time to be using this field jacket because it's starting to rain a little bit here. And I'm walking on this trail looking like probably the most stylish person that's ever been on this trail, just because I think heritage stuff looks pretty nice compared to sweatpants and joggers and stuff like that. But it's doing a pretty good job. I'm not overheating right now. It's kind of a cooler day. I could take this liner out, cool off even easier, but it is a lovely day to be outside, field testing a field jacket. So like I said, I have a liner inside. The version I have is a vintage one, so it doesn't have a button that goes in here, because if you have a newer version of the liner, you have a button that actually goes right into this latch built into the jacket to kind of keep the neck in place. And you'd also have a buttonable area that goes into right here. So there's another latch that would go in there as well. This, like I said, is a vintage jacket or liner that doesn't have that, so I don't have that in there. But that's kind of how you do it. So basically you'd zip in here and you'd zip in here to have the liner in. Without that, obviously, like I said, the jacket is unlined. The only spots that have any lining on it are in the front area, where the pockets and stuff are, and that's it. Because the back's unlined, it's pure just raw tin cloth. So the outer layer is also the inner layer there. So I recommend getting a liner just for the colder months, like I said before, of the fall and the winter, or just a good day to, like today, where it's kind of chilly, but it's not so bad. So pardon my hair. I've actually had to move underneath the tree just because it's raining so much. Not that it would affect my jacket anyway. Actually, my jacket actually loves this stuff right now. But the microphone. This gets wet, there's no more audio, and I'm screwed. I'm out of money at that point. So basically, I just want to show you some more of the features of the jacket before I move on at this point. So like I said, you have these hand-wearing pockets. They're great because they're wool-lined. They're really nice. I'm underneath the tree just crouching under here, and I'm quite comfy and cozy on a very windy day. That's one of the nice things about tin cloth specifically, is that it is being waxed, so it's more windproof than a non-waxed version would be. It means it's less breathable, of course, but it does protect you more from the elements, such as the wind, the rain, and the snow, which is quite nice. It's perfect for a day like this because I can just pull the collar up and keep the wind off my neck pretty easily. So I wanted to show you guys this potentially going to be a very beautiful sunset later when it actually does happen. It's a little early for that because it's about 3 o'clock. But that's basically the overview of this jacket. Like I said, it's a great jacket. It's great for weather such as this right now, a little rain and stuff like that. I think compared to a Gore-Tex, modern Gore-Tex jacket, obviously it's not going to be as weather or waterproof as that would be. But if you want to look a little stylish and have something that's going to last you for generations, this is the jacket to get. I like it a lot. And I talked about all the different features and why you'd get it. To give you a good reference, I'm a size small in a Filson jacket. Typically, I'd wear medium in about everything else. I usually would wear like a size 40 suit. I have a 39-inch or a 40-inch chest. I'm not sure what it is. I'm 6 foot tall, about 170-something pounds. So if that gives you any sort of reference of any kind. The best way to say is basically if you were going to be a medium in anything else, size down to small. Same thing if you're a large, size down to medium. Always buy one size smaller. Unless your intention is to basically either swim in the jacket or have a ton of layers inside the jacket. I like a better fit. This seems to fit me just fine, even with this liner in it. And if I've worn a down jacket inside of it just fine and felt no restriction by movement at all in any shape, form, or fashion. So yeah, that's the review of the Filson field jacket. I love this jacket a lot. I can't wait to take this to Italy with me and actually kind of keep all my stuff on me because it's got me pockets to keep the gypsies out of my pockets as well. So if this, as I'm falling down. So if this video actually is helpful to you in any possible way or even entertaining in some aspect, please like, subscribe, and smash the notification button because I want to keep making more stuff like this so that you guys have information that you need to buy or not buy things in your life you don't need. Because to me, life is all about more cool shit and less bullshit. And right now, that is some cool shit. I'm going to go hike down this mountain and go check out the sunset. So until next time.